Aloha. This is Emily Thoreau-Threat, host of the Grief and Happiness podcast. Every Friday, I share with you my love notes, giving you a little something to think about as you navigate through your grief journey, finding happiness expanding along your way. And every Tuesday, I post my regular podcast sharing wonderful conversations with people you can relate to and who offer you encouraging ideas and helpful inspiration. I'm so grateful you're joining me and look forward to hearing from you, your thoughts. My short podcast for this week is entitled Surrender. We hold on so tight to our beliefs and our possessions, yet sometimes holding on actually builds resistance in a way that prevents us forward movement. Can you think of a way that holding on is affecting you? Ron and I had a home in Ventura, California. We were a mile from the beach. We could easily walk to stores and restaurants, and we were surrounded by friends. And we had a huge yard to garden in and with lots of avocado trees. I thought this was our forever home. We traveled to Europe and Central America and South America, but we mostly traveled to Maui. Ron had lived on Maui many years before, and I knew he loved Maui. On a visit to Maui, he suggested that we move here, and immediately I panicked. What about all my friends and family? What about our wonderful home? And at the same moment, I knew Ron wanted to spend his last days on Maui. So I said yes. I had no idea what I was in for. We easily found a place to buy on Maui and quickly sold our Ventura home for an amazing profit that allowed us to move to happen with ease and grace. This process of this move showed me how much stuff we'd accumulated. Our Ventura home was about double the size of our Maui home, and it was full. How was I going to live not only without the home I loved, but also without all our stuff? And to top it off, Ron's health was getting progressively worse. So basically, he watched while I packed. And with each item I packed, I considered if I really wanted to ship whatever it was across the ocean, did I really need it or even want it? Friends came to help me pack, and I was grateful to give things to them. Somehow knowing that someone I loved would get something I'd considered precious eased the pain. And it felt so good to give things away. We also had a garage sale that turned into a joyous party with all our friends, complete with the Bloody Marys Chappie brought. And we made over $3,000. So we really got rid of a lot of stuff. And of course, I was giving more things away to my friends. And when we still had stuff left and it was time to close, Rose made a big free sign and it all disappeared. After we arrived in Maui, we waited 6 weeks before our belongings arrived since they had to be transported by ship. During that time, we borrowed 2 chairs. We bought a fold-up table and a blow-up mattress, and we essentially camped out in our new home. I was amazed, but it actually felt good not to be weighed down by all the stuff. During that time, we talked about what we needed to be comfortable, and when our container arrived, we ended up getting rid of much more stuff. The whole experience of downsizing and moving across the ocean enabled me to see what was important. For Ron and me, it was the time we got to spend together. If that was affected by stuff, we let that stuff go. We spent our time mostly sitting on our lanai, the Hawaiian word for patio or porch, listening to the birds, watching the butterflies and clouds, and telling each other stories of love. We realized that all we really needed was those 2 borrowed chairs and a blow-up mattress. Since Ron's transition, I haven't accumulated much more. I've collected a little Hawaiian art, and I've decorated my home with artwork I've created, and I've added items to my pantry in order to be creative with preparing a healthy diet. I have surrendered all that no longer serves me. Whenever I notice something I no longer need, I ask myself if there's someone I know who could use whatever it is. If not, I pass it on to the women's shelter or the Salvation Army. I feel so much lighter, like I've lost the weight of the world, or at least the weight of my earthly possessions. And I'm grateful for this lesson. What can you surrender? Do you want more comfort, support, and happiness? Join the Grief and Happiness Alliance. Visit my website at lovingandlivingyourwaythroughgrief.com and read my book, Loving and Living Your Way Through Grief. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast, rate it, review it, and binge on all our episodes on grief and happiness. I can't wait to welcome you back to another episode.